Hello and welcome everyone to another InventRight.com TV show. Steve, I don't know what the topic is. I just asked you 2 seconds ago. Actually, you told me, so I'm just going to go with it here. And you said, what was it?
How do you know if you have a good idea?
And what did I say? Ooh, that's a dicey topic. And you said, no problem. I'll cover it, Andrew. So I'm just letting you go with it.
Well, first of all, we have one of our listeners on our channel has asked that question. Could we do a class on how do you know if I have a good idea? And I think that's a wonderful question because I think every one of us at some time or another have thought, gee, I've got this idea and I'm working on it and I'm spending time and money and is it a good idea? So I think it's
there's,
a
a,
fair
there's a lot
question.
of factors there, though. I'd like to see how you're going to cover this.
I want to say, first of all, no one knows.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. But I'm going to go out on a limb and also say that it's okay to ask maybe some people you that are good friends, but don't ask too many, right? Because the one opinion that matters,
I know what you're going to say.
okay, is
What?
really, and we're talking about licensing because Andrew and I we're the licensing guys. The only opinion that ever matters is the company you're licensing it to. I,
Your friends
I,
and family can tell you it's great. Some business expert can tell you it's great. But the company that's going to take it on, risk their money, use their sales force, their manufacturing, their advertising, tap into all their existing distribution, they're making a commitment. It means something. Opinions are just opinions.
it's the only opinion.
It's the
Okay,
only
so
opinion.
because Andrew, you and I both know we've seen some ideas in the past
Yes.
that maybe we thought,
Hey.
and they've done very well.
Yeah. But you know what we did is we made sure the student had a great sell sheet. So it's doing the selling for them. They had the right list of companies. They were doing all that right stuff. But if we had given them the thumbs up, thumbs down on it, we evaluate it. We go, here are the upsides, here are the downsides. And I think people want these really black and white evaluations. They need to use their gut and some research too, of course.
And when they ask us, well, what do you think? Is it a good idea? I'm, I'm very hesitant because my opinion is just an opinion. And I always tell everybody, look, don't go by my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Find out. Show it to a company. Put together that sell sheet. File that provisional patent application. Make yourself a great 1-minute video that shows the benefits. Call that company, which is a good fit, right? Do all the things that we've been teaching.
Well, not one, hopefully 10, 20, 30
Well,
minutes.
yeah, we
Yeah.
know it's a numbers game, but do that and then watch what happens back.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's got a strong benefit. I can tell you this. Um, I'm giving a talk in a couple days to Make 48. It's this big invention contest, and they have 48 hours to come up with an idea. To come up with an idea, to make it, pitch it, everything else. But the one thing I'm going to stress to all those people that are listening at that event, make sure whatever idea you have, it has a huge one-line benefit statement. I can guarantee if you start there, if there's a problem and you have a solution and you can describe it in one big sentence that everybody understands, that's a good place to start.
So part of what you're answering the question, how do you know if you have a good idea, is does it have a clear benefit? Doesn't have to be huge. Could just be a slight variation on something that's out there. Doesn't need to be mind blowing.
But big
You
enough to
know,
where you understand it, you can describe it in one sentence. I would also say this.
it's not easy to do, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And I'll give one example of one of the best one-line benefit statements that I've ever heard.
Okay, I want to hear
It's
this.
from Steve Jobs
Ah, I know that one.
when he launched what is it?
iPod, the first iPod.
1,000 songs in your pocket.
So back in the day, that was a really big deal.
Huge deal.
Everybody still had CDs and everything, and
Now, so the other thing I'm going to mention about what makes a good idea is make sure you don't have to, and I tell everybody, maybe you don't have to understand this at the very beginning, but eventually you will.
Okay.
Can it be manufactured at a price point that kind of fits in with the other products within that category?
Well, now you're scaring a lot of people, Steve. Can I bring it down a notch to tell people how
Go ahead.
easy that is? You can just look at some similar products, and sometimes people always say to that, Steve, well, there's nothing like it. No, there's always something kind of like it.
There is.
So you look at things that are kind of in that area, and you go, well, that's barbecue spatula is it's kind of like mine, but mine's just going to have this little additional thing. You know, if they can make that for $9.95, and there's a whole bunch of people making barbecue spatulas, you know they can make yours.
Okay.
But most of the time, that's all the manufacturing research you have to do.
But what happens if my barbecue spatula has a Bluetooth iPhone and a radio on it, and I can talk to Mars with it? I mean,
Well, then you might combine. Okay, barbecue spatulas go from about $7.99 to $39.99, and there's Bluetooth communicators, whatever it is. And you look at those, and you're like, oh, they're usually ranging from about $19 to $50, and I'm just taking that and sticking it in a barbecue spatula. You put them together, and you go, will people pay $100 for that? The answer is no. You might have a problem, you know?
okay, good. Okay, all right, that's my point.
I know it's really simple,
Okay.
guys, but this technique actually works.
Okay, the other part is there a big market or small market? You know, is it just for me and my buddies?
You remember that old example I used to give? I'm not going to give that example.
I love that example.
Well, it's like if you I don't hunt, by the way, but if you have a knife for people that like to hunt and skin aardvarks, is that something that's going to be sold at Walmart? I don't think so. That's not going to sell.
Sure.
You're not going to be happy with that 2-cent royalty check.
Okay,
Too
all right.
nichey.
I love that. You never give that example
I
anymore.
haven't given that example in years.
Okay, but the point is, make sure it's got a pretty big market, okay? So we talked about three things real quick. We're going to summarize. No one has the crystal ball. No one knows if it's a good idea. Let your potential licensee tell you if it's a good idea or not. Listen to their feedback. Get it out to as many companies as you can and make sure it's a good fit. Really simple to do. Do it with the sell sheet. Do it with the video. Call as many as you can. You're in the game. Perfect.
Cool.
Maybe even file a PPA, a provisional patent application. All really easy to do. Second, if you want to dig a little bit deeper, make sure you're not adding too many bells and whistles. We all tend to do that.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Keep it where they can manufacture it at a price point that makes sense and it's easy to do. Okay. The last, make sure you've got a market that is big enough that people really care about helping you do all the work and manufacture it.
Yeah.
Right? Also, the last one, that one-line benefit statement, make it big, make it juicy, make it to where you tell someone, they go, hey, I'm interested. I want to know more. Hey, I've got that problem. That is huge. If you can do those things, you're on the right track to coming up with an idea that maybe people will want.
Good advice, Steve. You pulled it off.
There you go.
I love it. I love it. All right, everyone. If you like the show, down below, give us a thumbs up. And take care. Keep inventing. We'll catch up with you on the next InventRight.com TV show. See ya.
Thank
Bye.
you.